Welcome to another episode of Cyber Secrets.
Some of the interesting things that we can find in this website. So for example, webcams, go ahead and click on there and see if we can find one that's up and running. So we'll go and click on this one, and looks like we are looking at somebody's house. Very interesting. So we're going to take a look at routers. Oh, at the very top, it looks like Vodafone. Vodafone is a voice over IP system, and most of them look like they're in Germany and running SIP. This means that this is their phone system. A lot of these are unencrypted, and there's a good possibility that allowing access to this could give people eavesdropping access. So we'll go back, and FTP. FTP is going to be an unencrypted file transfer service. So let's go to FTP issues, and looks like anonymous logon set up on this system. So it's running a web server and an FTP server, but it's allowing pretty much anybody that wants to connect right into it. So why is FTP so dangerous? Well, anonymous logon allows anybody in the world to be able to connect to your system and download any file that they want to, as long as the FTP server gets access to it. It also gives the ability for anybody to upload content to the system. And if you have the wrong folders that have authorization, somebody could put malware on your system, so next time it boots up, it's then running the Trojan, rootkit, or anything that they want. So we're going to look at this system, and as you can see, Shodan has scanned quite a few different services and have published it, and gives a really good fingerprint on this specific target in Russia. Now let's take a look at something truly scary and disturbing. We're going to look at industrial control systems, or SCADA protocols. And as you can see, if you look at SCADA, we're going to click on the top one. Modbus at the very bottom is one of the more common protocols that are used in industrial control systems. So with that being said, there's Modbus and DMP3, but protocols like NetBIOS or NetBus should never communicate with the internet. Same thing as any of the SCADA protocols, or even SNMP. That is a rookie mistake, and that is extremely bad for any security. So go ahead and click on Modbus. And it gives you a lot of great information. So we're looking here, the most of these on this list are from Schneider Electric, which doesn't necessarily mean Schneider's vulnerable, but whoever configured these devices did not know what they were doing. So let's go and scroll down a little bit further. As you can even see, sometimes good information is leaked out of these organizations. We can even tell exactly where the software is installed. Let's go down a little bit further. And what's even scary about this is that Modbus is extremely easy to denial of service. So you can easily query these things and send pull commands and go to read and write registers, which basically means that you can possibly configure the device, or you can just read information directly from the device. And if you know how to read the information, you can get all kinds of great intel from it. With that said, they're relatively easy to denial of service. The packet's extremely small. So we're clicking on this one right here. This one's in the US on a Verizon wireless network, and it's running both a web server and your good old Modbus protocol. So as you can see, it is running port 80, which is usually a web server. It looks like it's an Nginx web server. So we're going to copy the address, which is at a Verizon network in the US, and then we're going to put it in the browser and see what pops up. And as you can see, this is not good. So what I'm going to do is put that IP address back in. I'm open up in Kali, going to run nmap against it on port 502, and I shouldn't be able to connect to it, because if I do, that just shows extremely poor security. Eehee, that is bad. So let's go ahead and open up another tool. This is a short bus Modbus scanner. I'm going to go to TCP, put in the IP address in, and see if it connects. And if it does, this organization needs to fix their security real quick. Now we're going to use Shodan to actually look for Modbus protocol, and looks like there's almost 2,000 in Italy, over 100 in the US. but a lot of them are not running the Modbus protocol specifically, but they're running other services like Telnet, another unencrypted service. We're going to scroll down, look for anything of interesting. Go ahead and click on this one, go into details, and we see it says SSH, HTTP web server 161, which is SNMP, and that is a very bad security issue. So go ahead and put in the IP address and just type that in to the address bar, see what pops up. And it looks like a good old login prompt, which doesn't necessarily mean anything, but if it is dealing with an industrial control system, it should not touch the internet. So let's go ahead and just go to HTTP, because that's always safe and easy to play with. And here's a very interesting one. It just says Modbus TCP, and it is a General Electric system, which gives some pretty good information. Let's go back and look at one more to see if anything else is of interest. Let's go to details on that system, and we do see 502 or Modbus is being broadcast to the internet, which a simple firewall rule would easily be able to protect them from this. Again, let's highlight the IP address. Go back into here, see if it can connect, and hopefully it shouldn't. Looks like the total polls, yep, starting from scratch, getting communications. This is also not good. So if the management allows a system that has critical infrastructure or national security interests to be completely accessible online without even authentication, realistically, they're just as responsible for any attack as the attackers are.
The Cyber Secrets web series covers computer forensics, hacking, and everything in between. Thank you for your continued support of Cyber Secrets. With the reboot of the different series, we want to ask if you have ideas for future content or suggestions for improvement. Please let us know. Click subscribe for new episodes of Cyber Secrets.